Good day, YouTube. So we're going back to the Meteorological Society. I can get the damn thing to pull up here. Where are we at? It's not it. That's it. Okay. American Meteorological Society. I've been on this thing for about 12 hours now. Well, on this and a lot of other things. There's a good Hubble came up with a very interesting anomaly that just, you know, the Big Bang guys are hanging on a thread now. They were holding on to the inflation, the expansion theory there. Well, the new Hubble data says that that's all wrong. The uh, the expansion rates of the universe are not correlating the way they should. They're wrong. They're they expected it to be expanding at a certain rate and expanding that way uniformly. You would think if everything banged and blew out, everything would be expanding from each other at a uniform rate. Well, that's not what Hubble's finding. Apparently, different places are expanding different speeds or I'm going to do a video on this. This is not what this video is about, but um, that going along with the anomalies of the cosmic microwave background radiation. Um, they're just that whole theory, the Big Bang theory and gravity. All of that's going to have to be completely reworked, and they're starting to see that now. Um, so general relativity, gravity, um, all of that stuff is they make you think it's set in stone and proven, not by a long shot. The data is coming in, all the experiments are showing that the whole model is completely flawed. Anyways, though this video is going to be about land surface energy flux estimates. Okay? In the modern era, retrospective analysis for research and applications system, the land is forced by replacing the model-generated precipitation with observed precipitation before it reaches the surface. This approach is motivated by the expectation that the resultant improvements in soil moisture will lead to improved land surface latent heating. Wet ground, less hot. Here, aspects of mirror to land survey energy budget, which is how hot shit is, and how hot it has been and how hot it's going to be. And 2M air temperatures are assessed for global land annual averages. It appears to overestimate the land heating, the sensible heating, and the downwelling shortwave radiation from space, while underestimating the downwelling and upwelling absolute long-wave radiation from space. These results differ only slightly from those used by NASA's previous reanalysis mirror. Comparison to various gridded reference data sets over boreal summer, June to August, suggests Mirror 2 has particularly large positive biases, not good, where land heating is energy limited and that these biases are associated with evaporative fraction biases rather than radiation biases for time series of monthly means during biennial summer. The globally average anomaly correlations with reference data were improved from mirror to mirror 2. Global land evaporation Amsterdam model and daily maximum versus Climate Research Unit data in regions where is particularly sensitive to the precipitation corrections, including central United States, the Shield, and parts of South Asia. The changes in are relatively large, suggesting that the observed precipitation influenced the performance. In other words, the model is completely flawed as far as what they have predicted on how hot things are and how hot things are going to be. And so this side is so funny because if you really want to find out what's going on, you need to go spend a day reading these articles here because this lays down the skinny on everything. Look over here to the right. Sensitivity of global warming to carbon emissions, effects of heat and carbon uptake in a suite of Earth system models. This is telling you exactly what is really going on. Um, Clouds and Earth's radiant energy system series, energy balanced and filled, top of atmosphere edition data product. This is where you go in and you can find out what's really going on. Let's look at the extended reconstructed sea surface temperatures. Okay, what do we got in the abstract? The monthly global 2x2 extended reconstruction sea temperature has been revised and updated from version 4. Okay. Near surface data from Argo floats. The estimate of Centennial sea ice, a number of choices and aspects of quality control, bias adjustment, and Okay. I'm interested. I'm going to have to look into this more because I'm curious about what the temperature anomaly is over in the Atlantic that caused Florence because that was out of nowhere. But let's see what else we got here. Precipitation retrieval algorithms. There were some good ones here on, let's see, on the effects of drought that are expected. Let's see, here we go. January. A robust null hypothesis for the potential causes of mega-drought in Western North America. Okay? The Western United States was affected by several mega-droughts during the last 1,200 years, most prominently during the medieval climate anomaly of 800 to 1300. I wonder if a planet came by at that time. A null hypothesis is developed to test the plausibility that given a sufficiently long period of time, these events are inevitable and occur purely as a consequence of internal climate variability. The null distribution of this hypothesis is populated by a linear inverse model constructed from global sea surface temperature anomalies, which we were just looking at, and self-calibrated Palmer drought severity index data from North America. Despite being trained only on seasonal data from the late 20th century, the LIM produces mega-droughts that are comparable in their duration, spatial scale, and magnitude to the most severe events of the last 12 centuries. The null hypothesis, therefore, cannot be rejected with much confidence when considering these features of mega-drought, meaning their similar events are possible today. Wow, I wonder why we haven't heard about that. Well, you have to go looking at the American Meteorological Society's papers to figure this shit out. Where was I at? Mega-drought meaning similar events are possible today, even without any changes to boundary conditions. In contrast, the observed clustering of mega-droughts in the MCA, as well as change in mean hydroclimate between MCA in the 1500 to 2000 period are more likely to have been caused by either external forcing or by internal climate variability not well sampled during the latter half of the 20th century. What is external forcing? I could bet you I could figure it out. Finally, the results demonstrate that LIM is a viable tool for determining whether paleoclimate reconstruction events should be ascribed to external forcings or to out of sample climate mechanisms, or if they are consistent with the variability observed during the recent period. So they're basically telling you that MEga-Drought can be a serious problem, and they're not really paying much attention to it. But with all that I'm telling you here in these videos about how they've taken over the weather, the clouds, the natural Mother Nature's job has been taken from her, and dumbass scientists are doing it for her. So they're not really sure what they're doing, and the chances of a mega drought are pretty damn um, good. And let me tell you something. These uh, instruments that they keep telling you that they're having to revise and and all of their models are wrong. Like every model I've been through, it's like, well, the model's wrong. The data's fucked. There's too many anomalies to make it consistent. We're gonna have to rework it. Everything, even the Big Bang, is got to be reworked with the data, with the new data. So nobody has a clue what's going on.